guys, Joe here from XFoxGames, and we got ourselves Impact498 Dragonfly. Now, probably some of you guys are thinking, well, wait a second, that sure looks like the Lightning Bug, and for sure it is. I consider this the bigger brother to the Lightning Bug, and this has been a great blaster. We've had this for roughly, I don't know, probably like a year and a couple months, and I've put so many rounds through this thing, it is ridiculous, and it has been a true workhorse, and we're going to talk about this here in a second, but that has been a great blaster. But this is basically, again, what I consider the bigger brother to this. It is essentially the same thing, a 2S LiPo-powered flywheel blaster, but this has a solenoid, which does full auto. Now, full auto shoots pretty well. I would say it's maybe like 6 to 7 darts per second. But for me, it's a controllable full auto. We've seen all the, like the Lepus here, where it is just insanely fast, but you sacrifice a little bit of accuracy, right, for that speed. And I feel like the full auto on this plays well with the accuracy that comes out of it, which is kind of surprising. So let's take a look at this thing in the hands. Mine is a nice translucent kind of lime green, which I think looks freaking awesome. If this was out in the sun, you guys would be like, oh my gosh, that thing looks awesome. And it looks great, especially with the orange. There's no denying this thing is a toy. And just look at that. It looks really, really good, and it's like super, super compact. One of the things to note on this is, with the original Lightning Bug, I was like, the Lightning Bug, I felt like it needed an additional screw up here in the front. It had a little bit of a gap right there, and I was hoping that wasn't going to be the same thing with the Dragonfly, but it looks like the Dragonfly does have a screw up here to help kind of compact everything together. That was really my only issue I ever had with the Lightning Bug, is I always felt like there was a little bit of a gap there. It kind of bothered me, but I would always hold it and I would just never see it. But I was like, man, I wish they just had a screw right there. Maybe the newer ones have it, but it didn't affect performance by any means. If we take a look at these kind of side by side, you can see it's very close. I mean, of course, it's going to be the same design, but the grip is a little bit thicker, it's a little bit longer, it's a little bit higher, and it's extended out just a little bit. So it's a little bit taller, a little bit lengthier in the front, has more of kind of that nose dive right there. But overall, it is very, very close. I think for me, it is the grips that really play a big noticeable difference. But again, in the hands, I don't even really recognize it. It feels good either way. So again, the Lightning Bug, a great blaster. I actually just opened this for the first time. Opened it all the way up. And kind of just re-lubed everything. So I was like, man, I haven't really re-lubed this thing in forever, and it still works great. But back to this. It does have a nice kind of battery door here with this little set screw. So you can just pop it off. It goes right in. And there is ample room in here, guys. There is a lot of room in here for a rather large 2S battery. Now, the one that I use is the Z 1500 milliamp 7.4 volt. And this works great. This can last me almost all day. I don't think... Actually, no, probably all day. I don't think I've ever ran out of battery with this, or if I've given this to someone, I don't think that they've actually ran out of battery. So I think that's nice having just massive room right there. And I believe these little battery door trays, instead of it saying like Impact498, I think for an additional $5 or something like that, you can get it to say your name or Xbox or something like that. And I should have done that. But I do love the detail on this with the Picatinny, kind of these stripes right here and the kind of the two-tone. I think that looks great. I love this. It reminds me again of my XF FB1s here. It looks the same. It's just kind of, I like having those accents to kind of break up that just solid green, solid blue, solid yellow. I think that looks really, really good. So these do come along with their own little small mini mag here. This is a 6-round mag, and look at that. It's just goes right in there. So if you really want to run around and not have a huge mag hanging out, perfect. It comes with its own. I think that's kind of neat. It works great. I never had an issue. It just didn't hold enough rounds for what I like to do. So of course I use the larger talons here. I think that looks freaking awesome. Woo, look at that. So let's get out and let's take this thing to the range here. Here we go. So I get it, again, it is full auto, but if you control yourself on the trigger, you shouldn't have that hard of a time shooting this thing. But you can see here, the single round, the 2-shot, I even tried 3-shot. All of these work good. I mean, there's no issue here. Full auto, you guys can see, is good. It is a controllable full auto, and I cannot stress that enough. Some things shoot full auto and it's almost uncontrollable. This is a controllable full auto, as well as a controllable 2-round burst. I think a 2-round burst is quite important when it comes to playing, because you know, I rarely shoot the 3 or 4 round burst, but the 2 round burst definitely does well. And this comes in right at about 130, 135. So my cap at my local wars is 150. So having that kind of extra, you know, up, you know, if you wanted to try and bump it up somehow is great. But you can see there, it shoots absolutely phenomenal. I don't have any issues with it. It shot great the whole time. And this one I feel like is just, you know, just better than its little baby brother, the Lightning Bug. But still, look at that. 130 all day long, 2 round, 3 round burst is great. So go back and watch that if you guys want to watch that more. So, I mean, overall, guys, this is a phenomenal blaster, especially having the end strike attachment in the back here. You can definitely, you know, pop on your favorite end strike attachment, your stock, and do it. I like this one. This is just super light. It seems to have enough stock, you know, to where I like, and especially if I let people use it, they're like, okay, that's super light. It's not, you know, bulky or in the way. And you can see I kind of have it on both mine so that if anybody wants to run 2 of these, but most people will just run this or this. But one of the unique things about this is going to be the 3D printed flywheels. And it's something that I thought was like, oh, that ain't going to work that well, but it's been working great. And it, I mean, for whatever it is, the accuracy on these things is better than some of the stuff I see kind of recently on the market. But overall, guys, it's a phenomenal blaster, especially if you're looking for something tight and compact, full auto at a reasonable price, and has well over enough battery room to accept probably batteries that you currently have. But look at that. It is a phenomenal blaster. And I think Dr. Flux was using one right here, if I remember right, at my last war. I wanted to break mine out, but I had to take some pictures. So maybe one day I'll break mine out, and hopefully I can get a good shot on him one of these days. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of this thing. Let me know if you guys want to go and visit his shop on Impact498 on Etsy. I think it rocks. He has a lot of cool stuff out there. But I quickly just wanted to talk about this because, again, it's a standout blaster for what it is and the current price. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Thanks again, Fox fans.